guys. I was so warm and cozy that I didn't even see you come in. Looks like the snow has finally stopped. I need to clear the pathway. Why don't you join me? I'll tell you how simple it was to build this house. The quantity of some materials may vary slightly. On a different note, English is not my first language, so I apologize for any mistakes in the video. I'm working to improve, and I appreciate your understanding. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave any feedback you have about the build or the video in the comment section below. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I really appreciate everyone's support. First, we need to outline the foundation of our snow cabin. The base is a rectangle that measures 17 by 16 blocks. This will be the footprint of our cabin, so make sure you have enough space cleared out in the snow. Next, we'll build the foundation of the cabin using cobblestone blocks. Start by placing 2 layers of cobblestone on top of the outline you create earlier. Depending on the terrain, you may need to adjust the height to ensure the foundation is level. This double layer of cobblestone will provide extra stability, making sure our cabin can withstand the snowy conditions. Oh no, looks like my bunnies are on the run. Well, I'll catch them later. Make sure all the blocks are aligned correctly, and this will also set the boundaries for the walls. To give the foundation a more rustic and natural look, let's add some mossy cobblestone. Replace a few of the rectangular cobblestone blocks with mossy cobblestone in a random pattern. This will help blend the cabin into the snowy environment, giving it an aged and weathery appearance. The mix of texture adds depth and makes the structure look more interesting. Before laying down the floor, let's first start building the entrance staircase to our cabin. Start by creating the base of the stairs using cobblestone blocks. You want to make sure the stairs lead up to the foundation level. Once the cobblestone base is in place, add spruce stairs on top between the cobblestone blocks. Now that the entrance is ready, it's time to fill in the floor. Cover the entire area within the cobblestone foundation with spruce planks. The darker tone of the spruce wood adds a nice contrast to the snowy surroundings and gives the interior a warm, inviting feel. Now, let's focus on building the left wall of the house. Using a smooth sandstone, extend the wall to a length of 11 blocks and a height of just 1 block. As you build, remember to leave a 3-block wide gap in the front section of the wall. This gap will be the future porch, giving the house a welcoming and spacious feel. I really thought it would be a good idea to leave the snow on to give the video a mystical vibe, but I didn't consider that it would form a layer on the ground and actually get in my way. Sorry about that. I live in the tropics in real life and I never had to deal with snow. For the front wall, start by placing 3 blocks of smooth sandstone at each end. The next pillar of blocks should be 2 blocks higher than the last, making this pillar 5 blocks tall. Continue this pattern, increasing the height by 2 blocks each time. As you build, texture the wall with sandstone for a detailed look. The center block should be the tallest, reaching up to 15 blocks high. Once the front wall is complete, build the back wall in the same shape. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you really enjoyed the video. It really helps the channel and keep you updated with more content. Next, we'll create a division between the first and second floors. Remove the fifth line of blocks from both the front and back wall. Replace these removed blocks with stripped dark oak wood. This will mark a clear separation between the two levels of the house and add a nice contrast to the sandstone walls. Now, let's open up spaces for the windows and doors on the front wall. On the first floor, create 2 windows on each side of the wall. In the center, break a 3x3 space for the door. Use dark oak stairs and trapdoors to add detail around the door, giving it a stylish and finished look. Next, open up a space for the balcony on the second floor. Follow the same style of detailing as you did for the door, using dark oak stairs and trapdoors to frame the balcony area. This will ensure a consistent look throughout the house. Now let's work on the back wall. For the first floor, create windows that are 1 block wide and 2 blocks high, similar to those on the front. For the second floor, make a large window that is 3 blocks wide and 5 blocks high. This window should be taller than the balcony opening on the front wall. Add dark oak stairs above and below the window as shown, and trapdoors on the sides. Now let's start building the roof frame. Begin by placing a spruce stair facing upward on the edge of the wall. Attach another spruce stairs directly against it, but upside down. This creates a seamless smooth edge. On top of the upside stairs, place a spruce plank to complete the segment. The simple yet effective pattern will be the foundation of the entire roof. Continue this process all the way up to the peak, ensuring each layer follows the same sequence. This will give the roof a consistent and polished look. At the very top, place a spruce stair upside down against the sandstone block. Then, place another stairs on top of it, facing the opposite direction. Finally, add a third stair facing downward to complete the peak of the roof. Now repeat the same pattern on the other side. With the front done, we can move on to the back. Extend the line of spruce stairs all the way to the back, making sure to match both sides. Once that's done, complete the roof frame on the back of the cabin, following the same steps as the front. While we finish up the back of the roof, remember to always double check your symmetry. It's easy to get caught up in the building process and miss a block or two, but taking a moment to step back and look at the bigger picture can save you a lot of time later. On the right side of the roof, we tackle the chimney while filling in the roof at the same time. It helps to start building the fireplace inside, making it easier to align everything outside. Now, fill in the roof. This part is relatively simple. Follow the existing frame by placing an acacia plank, then an acacia stair on top. The only trick part is working around the chimney. Remember, the chimney is 4 blocks thick. The section inside the house are made of brick walls, while the exterior parts use full brick blocks. For the last 2 visible blocks inside the house, use brick blocks and continue this pattern all the way to the top. I prefer building the chimney alongside the roof so it doesn't extend too far above it. Once you reach the peak, top off the roof with spruce slabs. Now, add some details to the chimney. You can use brick walls to add some depth, or you can use other blocks to texture, like granite. Now to finalize the details, add 2 campfires inside the fireplace to create both the aesthetic look and the relaxing sounds of fire crackling. Use some scaffolding to place 4 campfires at the top of the chimney, and then hide them with trapdoors to simulate the smoke coming out from the fireplace below. Let's clean up the scaffolding and move on to the other side of the roof. On this side, we're going to build a dormer window. I'm not entirely sure if that's the correct name. My only source is ChatGPT. So, begin by filling in 3 rows of the roof with the acacia planks and stairs, just as we did on the other side. When you reach the division where the second floor begins, make a line with stripped dark oak logs instead of roof blocks, as shown. Begin by breaking 2 blocks on each side of the stripped dark oak log line we just placed. Build up 3 blocks on each side with more stripped dark oak logs, forming a sturdy frame for the dormer window. Now switch to smooth sandstone to construct the walls of the dormer. Make sure to carefully place each block, and don't forget to add some texture by mixing in regular sandstone. This will give the wall a more natural and varied look, making the dormer window stand out beautifully against the roof. Now it's time to build the roof frame for the dormer window. This step is similar to what we did for the front and back of the cabin. Start by placing a spruce stair and planks to match the design of the roof frame. Carefully align each piece to ensure consistent and neat appearance. While you work on this, if you're enjoying the build and want to see more, make sure to follow me on my other social media channels for updates, tips, and additional content. Your support helps me keep creating these tutorials and sharing my Minecraft projects. Now let's fill in the roof on the left side of the house. You notice there's a slightly different in height between the main roof and the dormer window roof, with the dormer being 1 block lower. This creates a zigzag pattern as the main roof planks meet the dormer roof stairs. The plank extending from the dormer window fits perfectly with the main roof stairs. Repeat the same process on the other side of the dormer window, and the roof will be complete. Use a scaffolding to reach the level of the dormer window. Break a space that's 3 blocks wide and 4 blocks high to create the final balcony of the house. Place 3 dark oak stairs at the top of the opening, and use trapdoors to frame the balcony, just like we did on the front wall. Let's start adding some cozy details to the front of the house. beginning with the welcoming porch. Use cobblestone walls to build the porch, and don't forget to mix in some mossy cobblestone walls for texture. Place 2 lanterns on the first step leading up to the house, and another set on the wall blocks at each corner of the porch. This will keep the entrance well lit, especially at night when mobs are roaming around. Finally, fill the space between the wall blocks with dark oak fence gates. Now let's add some details to the windows. Place 3 grass blocks beneath each window, then cover all the sides of the block with trapdoors, leaving only the top grass visible. In the center grass block, plant a flower of your choice. I use a dark oak sapling. Next, place 2 dark oak fence on each side of the flower to frame the window. For the top of the window, use a dark oak slab and place trapdoors on the sides to complete the look of the first floor windows. Now let's work on the balcony details. Use a scaffolding to reach the level of the balcony opening. Place 3 dark oak slabs just before the start of the balcony opening. Use temporary blocks to place the trapdoors with ease and break those blocks once you're done. While you still up high, add some foliage blocks to give the house a more lively appearance. I use the spruce leaves since they match the look of vegetation, but feel free to use your favorite bushes. Let's step back and take a look at the house. It's really coming together beautifully. To enhance the foundation, you can add more bushes around the cobblestone base. This will soften the edges and give the house a more natural, blended look with the surroundings. Continue this all around the foundation to tie the entire building together. Now let's focus on the back of the house. Here we're going to add the same window details for the first floor as we did on the front. Even without a porch at the back, these window details add charms and ensure the design is consistent all around the house. This attention to details make the back of the house just as visually appealing as the front. Now let's build the balcony for the dormer window on the left side of the house. This process is quite similar to what we did with the front balcony. Start by using scaffolding to reach the second floor. Place 2 lanterns at each corner of the dormer window roof, just like shown, to keep the area well lit. Then, build the balcony using the same materials and design as before. Don't forget to add some vegetation around the balcony to tie it into the rest of the build. The house is now fully constructed, so let's dive into the interior decorations. Whether you choose to follow my design or add your personal touches, this step is where your creativity can really shine. Start with the entryway. I use stripped birch logs to add some depth and complete the door details. I always prefer having doors open outward, not only to save precious space inside, but also to keep the entire layout free from any obstructions that might hinder movement. For the support pillars on the second floor, I opt for sandstone wall blocks. This gives a solid structural look that contrasts beautifully with the spruce blocks I use for the flooring. The darker tone of the spruce wall against the lighter wall creates a warm, inviting atmosphere, which I find perfect for a cozy home. When it comes to interior decoration, it's all about personal preference. Your choice will depend on your play style and what you consider essential in an early game Minecraft house. For example, I have my shader brightness turned up high so that the recording aren't too dark. However, if you prefer a more natural lighting setup, you might need to add more light sources to prevent any mobs from spawning inside. Keep this in mind as you plan your design. Even if they aren't functional, I enjoy adding sofas and sometimes kitchen tables to create a homey feel. In the kitchen area, I place barrels for food storage along with a furnace and two smokers for cooking. And of course, the cake on the counter is just for decoration. It's all about those cozy details. Moving on to the entrance, I cleared some of the snow and add a cozy carpet, perfect for welcoming guests. I also place a few chests near the entrance for storing blocks and items, keeping everything you need within easy reach. Inside the house, I dedicated a corner for an enchanting table, an essential for any Minecraft player. I also set up a space for working with banners and sheep wool, which adds a nice personal touch and functionality to the room. Heading upstairs, you find the bedroom. I added an extra layer of smooth stone to soften the roof edges and install glass on the balconies. This way, your characters stay warm and snug during those chilly winter nights. The bedroom also features bookshelves for storage and some extra space for items. And of course, I couldn't resist adding a triple bed. It's perfect for making the room feel big and fancy. So that's it. That's how you build a winter cabin. Now, if you excuse me, I need to go find my bunnies. Thanks for watching and see you next time.